So here with us, we have some answers this morning. So we have so many questions about this. Is attorney Robert Mongeluzzi.
Good to see you, man.
Good morning. How are you?
And remind everybody, you did represent.
We did. We represented the families of both of those duck boat disasters.
Okay.
What was your first thought then when you heard about what happened in Missouri?
That it happened again. And the outrage of this is that...
Well, look at this graphic. That's not a good business model. That many deaths since 99. What is it, 40, over 40?
42 since 1999. And remember, there's only about 100 to 200 duck boats operating in the United States. So these are rates of death per mile that are tens of thousands of times higher than cars or regular boats.
Well, how is this company still in business? Now, remind me, these vessels are from World War II, right? Like
they are.
Landing craft.
They were landing craft so that we could put troops in them. They could come onto the beach and then drive up onto the beach. They then were converted to commercial tourism use. And then in 1999, the Miss Majestic went down and drowned 13 in Arkansas. And most importantly, the National Transportation Safety Board investigated that and said that the canopies that are on top of these duck boats trap people inside. They are dangerous. They're lethal. They should be removed. And the duck boat industry did nothing. And then we had the 2 deaths in Philadelphia. Same exact thing happened. Those 2 victims got trapped inside under the canopy. They didn't comply. They didn't change. And now we have this horrific tragedy
this
in
one
Branson.
Woman, would she lose 9 members of her family?
9 members of her family. How are they able to just not comply then? If this keeps happening, how are they able to just keep operating like this hasn't happened at all?
Why? Because of money. They are commercial tour enterprises that are in business for profit. This one in Branson was owned by Ripley's, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And they went out despite thunderstorm warnings. And they changed the route so that they could go out early, therefore trying to skirt the danger and putting those people at risk.
And now that we're hearing from some of the people who have survived from this, they mentioned how they heard the captain of the boat, he was saying, hey, we have life vests, but don't worry, you won't need them. So they had life vests. It just seems interesting that they weren't able to put them on and to use them in this instance.
Well, think about this. You are basically inside a sinking coffin. Mm-hmm. You have plastic windows on the side. You have a canvas canopy overhead. You're now plummeting into deep water. You have tons of seawater pouring in through those windows as you are now in a panic stage trying to find a life preserver and get out.
But shouldn't they already been on or no?
Well, that's the problem with duck boats. If you put the life preserver on, it could pull you up into the canopy and drown you. That's what happened to 4 people. That's why the National Transportation Safety Board said, take the canopies off. Let these be like regular boats so you could wear your life preserver and therefore be able to be brought to the surface.
You've studied this duck boat thing. So there's not a law that says you have to have a life jacket on, was you?
There is not.
There isn't.
There is not. And this falls into the cracks between all the federal agencies because it's part boat and it is part truck.
Right.
And they're also devastatingly dangerous on the land. Remember, they have blind spots. That's why they ran down pedestrians here in Boston. And they have a spear-shaped bow, which is why in Seattle 5 people got killed when it hit a bus on the side.
From the steering wheel to the front, it's like 10 feet or something, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. These things are dangerous. Duck boats are death traps. They're sinking coffins. And anybody who's watching this, please do not go on them. You are putting your life and the lives of your children at risk.
People in Branson, they say it's good for tourism, that these things are good for tourism, because you can run around in the streets and then you go into the water.
This was owned by Ripley's. And my response to that question is, believe it or not, you don't promote tourism by slaughtering tourists.